Simple Loaf. Slices of life.
Mapenzi na washika mnaendelea. Watu wa vitenge tuko pamoja. Yenye mnaandika moja is king, ile ingine she is. Ulikosana na bwanako umevaa he is king. Mtu akikuuliza nani? Jehova Nyisi.
You had President Mwai Kiba. Uganda had Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. You have Uhuru Kenya. Uganda is still having Yoweri Museveni.
So if you look clearly, what's happening is
kama uko hapa na ujaoa bado, wacha leo tusaidiane. Inafaa utafute wachana bibi kwanza, tafuta Biblia.
Maisha yangu mziki, kipato changu mziki, nikipendacho mziki, kipawa changu mziki, maisha yangu mziki.
Jonah is terminal. It's his dying wish to see his father on top again.
There's an operation that can save Jonah, and I need the money.
Let's call it a new beginning. A race, to be exact.
This is his idea, the whole thing. He's got a real creative mind.
Who will I be racing against?
Know who? It's called geocaching, Reese. It's real good fun.
You are lost.
Hey! He's getting worse.
I know. Sometimes you just have to be still.
What's he doing now? He's praying, Zach. He's praying.
'Cause when he's thirsty, there's a well there.
Unye vipi bana?
Nini poa?
Na umenitumia ka message kwa WhatsApp. Alafu before nisome ikaandikwa deleted for everyone.
Ati?
Unaweza nitumia tena ndio nisikue nimekosa kitu my friend.
Usijali, hiyo haikuwa yako. Ilikuwa ya Tinga hiyo.
Fuata Joshua ufike Kanani. Wasikia sasa?
Lini Joshua?
Yes.
Hata tukienda Kanani sahi, si mfalme Uhuru ashafika.
Call on me anytime you want to. Call on me.
Jonah is terminal. It's his dying wish to see his father on top again.
There's an operation that can save Jonah, and I need the money.
Let's call it a new beginning. A race, to be exact.
This is his idea, the whole thing. He's got a real creative mind.
Who will I be racing against?
Know who? It's called geocaching, Reese. It's real good fun.
You are lost.
Hey! He's getting worse.
I know. Sometimes you just have to be still.
What's he doing now? He's praying, Zach. He's praying.
'Cause when he's thirsty, there's a well there.
breakfast is not complete without the new Minute Maid Nutri-Defenses Nectar Plus. Complete the most important meal of the day with the goodness of great tasting juice fortified with vitamin E and zinc to complement your family's nutritional needs. Minute Maid Nutri-Defenses Nectar Plus. Breakfast complete.
Well?
Thank you so much.
Can I buy a chocolate, please? It's for my mom. Happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you, Bella. There's a class and a half in everyone.
Tusonge mbele na Fiber Mobile. Get a Fiber SIM card today and enjoy Tusonge mbele bundles at affordable prices.
Welcome to Kisiwa Technical Training Institute. Kisiwa Technical Training is an ISO-certified institution offering quality technical and entrepreneurship training relevant to the changing industrial and market demands. Apply now for our September 2019 intakes in the following: diploma and certificate courses, electrical engineering, building and construction technology, business administration, mechanical engineering, informational communication technology, communication, automotive engineering, library information sciences, human resource development, food and beverages, business studies, general agriculture and supplies management. Kisiwa Technical Training Institute. Knowledge and skills for better life.
NHIF wishes to notify the public that the jobs advertisement making rounds on social media titled National Hospital Insurance Fund NHIF Entry-Level Job Opportunities 2019 has not been placed by NHIF. The advertisement is a hoax and should be ignored. NHIF is currently not hiring and will do proper communication in the event of any available job opportunities in the future. NHIF, afya yetu, bima yetu.
This is to notify the general public that following the enactment of Water Act 2016, Rift Valley Water Services Board has changed its name to Rift Valley Waterworks Development Agency with effect from 26th April 2019.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
This is NTV.
A very good afternoon to this 18th day of August 2019. My name is Zainab Ismail. You're watching NTV at 1. And we have quite a lot lined up for you. We'll start from here in Nairobi, where former Makadara Member of Parliament Reuben Ndolo and 6 other individuals were arrested last night and detained for creating disturbance and threatening to kill. According to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, the 7 were arrested at Bustani Gardens along Oleodume Road. The suspects are said to have threatened to shoot a businessman over a land deal. The 7 who are detained at Kilimani Police Station are expected to be arraigned on Monday. Well, Ikilomani Member of Parliament Bernard Shinali and his family escaped unhurt after his car was involved in a road accident at Lesos along the Kapseret-Mau Summit Road. The family was headed to Nairobi this morning after attending the MP's son's funeral in Kakamega yesterday. The crash happened at around 6:30 when an oncoming matatu rammed into their vehicle while trying to overtake. The Member of Parliament says the 5 who were in his car were safe and had undergone a medical checkup at the Kapseret Hospital. And 5 people have been laid to rest in Kimana and Masamushe villages in Kajiado and Makueni counties respectively following a fatal road accident last week along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway. Now, among those who perished were 4 family members, a mother, a daughter and 2 grandchildren, together with the driver of the ill-fated bus. Community leaders and family members condemned reckless driving on the roads as they laid their kin to rest. Kibwezi West Member of Parliament Patrick Musimba said that they will work together with Makueni County Government and NTSA to mark the area where the accident happened as a black spot for road users plying the Nairobi-Mombasa highway. The 5 died after the car they were traveling in collided with a truck head-on near Imali town.
Katika hii ajali, na kile ambacho kinanisikitisha zaidi ni kusikia kwamba tumeweza kupoteza watu wengi namna hiyo, na ya kwamba dereva mwenye aliwagonga alishikwa na akaachiliwa na bondi ya 1,100.
Gari za siku hizi ziko na mbio sana, zinakimbia sana, na tungependa waweze kwenda kwa mwendo ambao kitu ikitokea wanaweza ama kujizuia ama kucontrol.
Tumeambiwa tuweke black spot. Sio tayari bwana Kioko na yuko hapo, tutashikana na watu wa NTSA kila mahali, ile ni black spot. Sio kwa ajili ya watu ya Kibwezi peke yake, lakini kwa abiria wote ambao wanatumia barabara zetu.
Well, a middle-aged man hacked his wife to death before killing himself at their home in Makunga village in Trans-Nzoia County early this morning. Now, neighbors say the two were fighting before they heard screams and then silence.
In hushed tones, residents of Makunga village in Trans-Nzoia County gathered trying to understand the events that happened in the early hours of this morning. 2 lives were lost. It is reported that one of their neighbors, Stephen Kagumo, hacked his wife Karen Chebet to death before hanging himself.
Ilikuwa kitu saa 9 hivi, kuna jirani yetu alipiga nduru akisema tumsaidie, lakini hatukujua kwanza ni nini. Ilibidi tumeamka tujue ni nini na tukaenda mpaka penye yako.
Tukajaribu kufungua mlango, lakini mlango ulikuwa imefungwa kwa ndani. Alafu kwa usaidizi wa jirani mwingine ambaye alikuwa fundi, tukaweza kukata mlango na dirisha.
Tukapata kumbe ni shemeji yake na bibi yake walikuwa na ugomvi. Ameua bibi yake, sasa yeye alikuwa anajinyonga. Hatukuweza kumsaidia
kwa njia kukatwa kwa kutumia kifaa aidha ni panga ama kisu.
Neighbors suspect the wrangles the couple had were as a result of a love triangle.
Wanaume waongee. Shida hapa ni kuongea. Wewe unaongea unapata usaidizi. Usipoongea pressure inajaa, alafu you take an action yenye si nzuri. Kama sasa hizi poteza maisha mbili ambayo si vizuri.
The area chief, Selina Upande, on the other hand, said Kagumo arrived at his home some minutes past midnight from watching football matches. It was then that the couple started fighting. Trans-Nzoia County Police Commander Ayub Ali said police are investigating the case that has sent ripples through the village. Bodies of the 2 have been taken to Kitale County Referral Hospital mortuary. Sharon Baranga, NTV.
Quite an unfortunate incident. Now, the place of cool waters has turned to the source of poisoned waters. The Nairobi River is serving counties the slime and sludge with which they water some of their food. NTV's Charity Mwangi and a team from the Daily Nation spent the last 2 months with a team of scientists and toxicology experts tracing Nairobi River from its source in Ondiri Swamp all the way down to the Indian Ocean in Malindi. Tonight, at 7 and 9 p.m., we bring you the sights, sounds, confessions and outcomes of our investigations of the toxic flow. Here is a preview.
Ningefikiria huu uchafu wanatupa hapa wangeliacha. Kama haya ndo ambayo yanatoka kule yanakuja paka kwa humu twa Sabaki.
People upstream of this river don't care. We are polluting the river.
Unless the pollution is stopped, we're just dumping poison.
Mimi nikipeleka hii sukuma huko kwa soko, siwezi kusema inatoka Athi River. Mimi nasema inatoka huko Kambani.
Mali ya umma ni serikali itafanya. And so you dump plastic, you dump materials into the river, and they're going to kill your brother downstream.
Are you telling me it's now that there's cancer everywhere, big guys are dying of cancer, that we are realizing there's a problem? We have been incubating a problem.
Well, you definitely do not want to miss that feature there by Charity Mwangi. Now, songs are customarily used to rally people behind a common cause, but on Saturday, a disc jockey's choice of music served as tinder to a flame. The DJ caused tempers to flare at a function in West Pokot after playing a song in praise of former Governor Simon Kachapin, to the annoyance of the current Governor John Nyong'alapu's supporters. The political song exposing the underlying tension ahead of the 2022 gubernatorial election.
Not the sort of reaction a disc jockey expects after playing a song. Rather than celebratory shouts, the shouts demanded that he immediately pack up and leave. His offense was not accurately reading the mood of his audience. His audience are not in the mood for the politicization of a fund-raising drive for boda boda operators. The DJ was forced to abandon his instruments after rattling the proverbial snake by playing a song in praise of West Pokot Governor Simon Kachapin in the presence of his political rival John Lonyangapuo, who succeeded him as governor, throwing Lonyangapuo's supporters into a tizzy. It took the intervention of area MP David Kosing to calm the waters and get the train back on the rails. Saturday's events, an indication of the political rivalry that exists between Kachapin and Lonyangapuo's political camps.
West Pokot tunafanya kazi na wajumbe wote, MCS wote, kila mtu elected wote.
Olive Barrows, NTV.
Well, Narok Senator Ledama Olekina says he will marshal the Maasai community to support the recommendations of the Building Bridges initiative. Olekina says a referendum push supported by President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga would be inclusive and accommodate the views of most Kenyans. The senator, who sits in the Public Accounts Committee of the Senate, has also cautioned governors against extravagant spending at the expense of solving residents' problems.
Kama watu wana maji, hii watu wako na shida hapa mingi. Na nyinyi bado tunapigania nyinyi pesa huko, mpate pesa, mnakuja mnaanza kusema mimi ni nani. Nyinyi ni nani kitu kidogo? You are just servants. Hakuna venye tutakuwa tukienda huko tunapigania nyinyi, lakini nyinyi mnakuja hapa badala ati nione governor akitisa amechimbia mchamu maji, anaenda kuwaita huko kwa sherehe. Akule sherehe ya siku moja aende toa mwagi nje. Iko referendum inakuja next year. Kama Chamus mnataka mpate constituency yenu, musimame na BBI initiative.
And Tiati Member of Parliament William Kamket now says there is nothing wrong with the country being ruled by political dynasties. Kamket argues their track record has been impressive and putting the county in their hands in 2022 would be a good bet. He said this as he drummed up support for a constitutional change.
Kuna watu wengine wamezoea kusema ati hatutaki mambo ya dynasty. Sijui dynasty ni kitu gani. Kwa bahati mzuri wewe umezaliwa na chief. Si wewe mtoto wako ni dynasty ama namna gani? Kama boma yenu ilikuwa na ng'ombe, si mtoto wenu ni dynasty ama namna gani? Tofauti katika siasa ya Kenya saa hii ni kwamba kutakuwa na dynasties ya ukweli versus wezi. The competition ambayo inakuja siasa tukienda mbele itakuwa ni competition between dynasties ambao wamepata mali yao kwa njia ya ukweli kati ya hao na wezi ambao kazi yao ni kupora mali ya Wakenya na kujaribu kuja kuturingia hapo.
All right, and away from that, now for the very first time, prisoners at Manyani Maximum Prison in Voi, Taita Taveta County had a family day where they interacted with their loved ones for a whole day. The prison's officer in charge, Bison Madegwa, said there was need for opening up such facilities at least once every year so as to prepare the communities and families psychologically to receive them during their release. Madegwa added that in most cases, prisoners face rejection from the community and some families, hence giving them a difficult time when they transition from prison to normal life. This has led to some to engage in crime. The prisoners also expressed concerns over petitions pending before the judiciary, asking for a quick intervention so that they can get their justice.
Siku ya leo ninashukuru Mungu na ninafuraha sana chini ya uongozi wa mkubwa wetu wa jela, maana jambo kama hili halijafanyika. Hapo mwanzoni kulikuwa hakuna jambo kama hili la kutembelewa na kupata kula pamoja na familia yako.
Saa hii sikuwa nimeoa, na kitu tu kikubwa yenye ningeomba serikali yetu ya Kenya iweze kutupatia nafasi watu kama sisi wenye tumehukumiwa hukumu ya kifo, wenye hatukuwa tumeoa, tuweze kupewa nafasi ya kuweza kwenda kuanza boma kama wananchi wengine.
We are calling it strengthening the family conduct, so that waendelee kuwa pamoja, familia wazidi kuwakaribisha, wazidi kuwa pamoja na wao, wajue kwamba bado ni watu wao, hawatakaa na sisi milele.
Well, in other stories, Kenya has assured Sudan of support as it enters into an agreement to pave way for civilian rule. Speaking in Khartoum, President Uhuru Kenyatta praised a deal signed between the military and protesters that would pave way for a democratic election. President Kenyatta also assured of Kenya's help in rebuilding the country that has saw protests since the ousting of Omar al-Bashir.
The signing of a deal between the Sudan military and leaders of the protests that eventually saw the ousting of President Omar Bashir signaled a new beginning for a country that for months witnessed a push and pull over its future. The news of the signing sent crowds into a frenzy, triggering celebrations that have not been seen in a while. Residents from all over the country stayed in the streets all night. Some with their children celebrating the deal reached. President Uhuru Kenyatta and other African leaders were at hand to witness the deal that has now opened doors for the setting up of a transition administration that will be made up of 6 civilians and 5 military figures.
And we in Kenya stand in solidarity with you and acknowledge the progress that you have made so far. I take the opportunity also to salute the patriotism of the people of Sudan, the Transitional Military Council, and the Forces for Freedom and Change for putting the interests of the people first and accepting to negotiate a journey to peace.
Kenya's regional presence, represented by President Kenyatta, played out at the deal signing with a promise to help the country rebuild and get back on its feet as it ponders a future past Bashir. Most people on the streets confessed not knowing a world without Bashir, who had been in power for more than 3 decades.
The region and the international community stands ready to render their full support in the path to reforms, peace, and development. My earnest call to all the people of Sudan, and indeed to their leaders, is to truly own the process and genuinely work towards the full implementation of the agreement in all its aspects.
To most Sudanese, the deal rekindles hope in fostering relations with the outside world and a rule that mirrors their aspirations. Kennedy Muredi, NTV.
All right, elsewhere, security agencies from Kuresoi North Sub-County are hunting foreigners who are seeking to get national identification cards illegally from the sub-county. Now, Kuresoi North Deputy County Commissioner Felix Watakila warned chiefs against assisting the foreigners to get registered. Watakila also asked Kenyans to collect their IDs that are lying idle in government offices. He also asked those yet to apply for the important documents and are at the age to do so. Meanwhile, Wajir Senator Abdullahi Ali is asking the government to waive the requirement of a certificate of good conduct for reformed prisoners who seek jobs in the public service. He says the requirement was discriminatory and was responsible for the high number of repeat offenders who cannot find jobs.
Bashir Abdi Isaq, prisoner at Wajir GK prison, is on this day attending computer classes with the hope of graduating as an information technology expert at the end of his jail term. The father of 4 children is serving a 10-year sentence for stealing from a neighbor. Bashir is among 16 other inmates undergoing computer literacy program.
Nimefungwa miaka 10 na sasa nimebakia miezi 3 na najifunza kompyuta hapa katika jela. Kwa hivyo nafikiri nikirudi katika watu wangu ama jamii yangu kule nyumbani nitakuwa nimerekebika.
As the country's correctional facilities prepare convicts to slowly reintegrate with the society through such rehabilitation programs, Bashir hopes his newly acquired skills will get him a job in the public service.
And they have finished their jail term and they have been rehabilitated and freed. Once you finish your term, you have served whatever you have been convicted of. So you cannot be, again, after you serve your term, you cannot continue to serve outside. So I think it's only fair that once somebody has, finished their term, they should be considered for employment and they be integrated as fully into the community.
When you are employing for a job, one condition is that if you not have been imprisoned or you have not served any sentence in prison, that is a way of stigmatizing the prisoners who had been rehabilitated and trained.
The senator said the Prison Act was a blow to efforts to integrate prisoners into the community as it stigmatized ex-convicts. Wajir GK Prison Resource Center offers short courses on computer literacy, tailoring, and carpentry, giving inmates opportunity to acquire technical skills. Nurdin Almoge, NTV, Wajir County.
All right, thanks, Nurdin there. Well, an association bringing together scholars and the clergy has been set up in an effort to link religion and science. The association, Christian and Scientific Association of Kenya, currently brings together scholars from over 40 institutions of higher learning, not just in Kenya, but worldwide, in an effort to educate people on the links between religion and science. The first order of business for the association, now domiciled at Mount Kenya University, is to educate on genetically modified foods and some jabs, like the tetanus jab that had sparked controversy with the Catholic Church having opposed it. The association and institutions involved will be seeking to offer solutions for some of these contentious issues between the church and science.
We had the GMO debate in this country. Again, it was such an emotive issue. So we started to think, me and my team, there must be a gap, because in all these debates, the voices of Wanjikos and the voices of scientists themselves, who actually are the ones who produce this product, sometimes, are not represented when they are the discourse in the media. You don't find scientists, you don't find Wajiko, and after some time, the debate fizzles out, and nobody comes back to tell us, was the tetanus screen, was this the right thing to, can we take GMOs or not? And therefore, we decided to establish an association, CISA, Christian and Scientific Association of Kenya, which is an association that brings together practitioners of faith and practitioners of science, so that they get a platform, a round table platform, where they can discuss these issues.
While in other stories making headlines beyond our borders, a suicide bomber killed 63 people and wounded 182 in an attack on a wedding reception in the Afghan capital last night. The Taliban denied responsibility for the blast at a West Kabul wedding hall in a minority Shiite neighborhood packed with people celebrating a marriage.
Early today, staff were clearing up blood, shoes, plates and debris from the blast. The bomber struck the men's reception area. More than 1,000 wedding guests were gathered in the huge salon in the Dubai City wedding hall. It was nearly midnight and dinner had just been served at dozens of tables, with male and female guests separated into sections. Afghan weddings often include hundreds of guests who gather in large halls where the men are usually segregated from the women and children. The bride and groom both survived the blast but lost family members, including 14 people from the bride's side. By mid-morning, the first funerals were being held in Kabul cemeteries, some for several related victims. The attack came as the Taliban and the United States are trying to negotiate an agreement on the withdrawal of U.S. forces from Afghanistan in exchange for a Taliban commitment on security and peace talks with the U.S.-backed government.
Well, elsewhere around the world, Gabon's President Ali Bongo has made his first public appearance since falling ill over 10 months ago. The president, whose every move is scrutinized for signs of his state of health, took part in the events on the eve of celebrations to mark Gabon's 1960 independence from France. Dressed in a dark suit and dark glasses, Bongo arrived for the military parade on Libreville's main boulevard along the capital's seafront. He used a long road to walk, an observation stand applauded by dignitaries. All right, and on that note, let's now take a look at stories making headlines on the world of sports with Brian O'Toole.
Thank you so much, Zainab. Let's have a look at the latest news in sports. And Cabinet Secretary for Sports Ambassador Amina Mohamed has issued her stern warning to doping athletes, noting that they will no longer be allowed to fly the country's flag in global competitions if found guilty of doping. Amina said this at the closing ceremony of a Kenya Communications Sports Organization, that is Kekoso Games, at Gusii Stadium.
We must reclaim and we must retain our dignity and the high esteem that we have enjoyed over the years as one of Africa's standard bearers in ethical sporting, as well as a global leader in anti-doping. During my meetings recently with different federations, I've made it clear, and I'm going to repeat that here today, that that era of holding only the athletes responsible for doping is drawing to an end. We intend to also ask the trainers, the managers, and the agents to take their responsibilities seriously. I've also made it clear, and I hope it's been understood, that athletes who fail the anti-doping tests, those that are carried out by ADAC here in the country before they leave for competitions outside our country, they will not be allowed to continue and participate in international tournaments if they fail those tests. We will keep them here at home because it's advocate them here than have international embarrassment later when our athletes are disqualified because they failed tests.
And Gor Mahia and Bandari FC will face off in the Kenyan Premier League Super Cup, the 2019-2020 season curtain raiser at the Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos this afternoon. Both teams played to barren draws in their opening preliminary continental matches against Aigle Noir and Al Ahli Shendi, respectively, and the match will also serve as preparations for the return legs. Gor Mahia has been boosted by the return of Ghanaian forward Francis Afirie, who has been nursing a thigh strain but has recovered in time for the game. Winger Clifton Miheso, who also recently joined the team, could also be in contention for a starting berth. While Gor Mahia is restructuring, having brought on board over 10 new players, Bandari just lost one custodian, Farouk Shikalo, to Yanga SC and have signed 4 new players. The match kicks off at 4:15 p.m. And Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola rules late VAR deja vu as the English Premier League champions drew 2-2 with Tottenham Hotspur. This as Real Madrid coach Zinedine Zidane confirmed Gareth Bale will remain at Real Madrid this season after the Wales forward produced an inspiring performance in a 3-1 win at Celta Vigo on Saturday.
Chelsea will be hoping to bounce back from their season-opening loss to Manchester United when they take on Leicester City in the English Premier League late kick-off this afternoon at the Stamford Bridge. But before then, Sheffield United and Crystal Palace, who drew in their opening matches, will face off at the Bramall Lane. Last night saw Manchester City draw 2-2 with Tottenham after VAR cancelled City's winner scored by Gabriel Jesus.
Lamella! What a terrific talk about how good the bench is. De Bruyne, Aguero!
Liverpool beat Southampton 2-1. Norwich City thrashed Newcastle 3-1. Everton won 1-0 against Watford as Arsenal beat Burnley 2-1. In Germany, title contenders Borussia Dortmund crushed Augsburg 5-1 in their Bundesliga on Saturday with 2 goals from Paco Alcácer.
Wake up to nothing but the best in news, conversation starters, and hard-hitting interviews that keep you informed for the day ahead.
Happen early, 6 on the nose. These people don't sleep. Fix first the data protection law, then we come up with the number.
Exactly my question to CS Joe Mushero.
Welcome to Living with Us. I'm your host, Sharon Mundia. Boy, have you missed out.
Stop your wheel. Game done.
Thank you for joining us on NTV today.
We have our reporters in different locations.
NTV is right here to bring you everything from the beginning to the end.
Hii ni NTV Sasa.
Kuna mambo mengi sana ambayo yanafanyika.
Sasa ni kumtuliza. Hii inaitwa sensory integration.
Shughuli pevu ya kudunda viwanjani rejea kwake
na kurudisha hapa studioni.
Kuna mengi ambayo yanaendelea kujiri katika maeneo tofauti.
Tunavyoelewa nasema nini? Vimeundwa.
NTV in the morning. All you need to know to start your day.
Ilizae kama ajalema.
Serikali leta dawa gani?
It's almost a year, nothing has been done.
I just need some form of information.
Dr. Mugo Wairimu first hit the headlines when a video clip showing him raping an unconscious female patient in his clinic.
Wale wanaohusika pia wanajulikana lakini hawashikwi.
With the puzzle surrounding the sugar saga yet to be cleared.
How many times were you sexually abused?
Like 3 times.
How was a convicted child molester allowed to set up a children's home in the country?
NTV News. Bold, balanced, authoritative.
Where are we headed as a country?
Every time we make a step forward, we do 2 backwards.
Any fool with huge amounts of money can be president of this country. It is no longer about service.
Why can't we move these people out and find somebody who can make the right decision for the country?
You're the experts, you can tell me.
We have to change the way we arrive at our leaders. We have to.
Organized crime, terrorism, and corruption, they're really siblings.
We don't need 10 cases. We just need 2 cases done properly, and it will serve a lesson.
Justice can only be found if I prosecute what I have claimed, bring the evidence, and say this man is guilty.
AM Live, every weekday morning on NTV.
Na imekuwa ni ada, desturi na mazoea kwa Wakenya wengi kula, kulala, kuvaa na kupiga gumzo la siasa.
Masuala ya biashara, uvumbuzi, teknolojia na ubunifu. Muhimu ni
hela. Wajua pesa zilivunja milima. Vipi uachwe nyuma na uwezo unao?
Maendeleo ya binadamu au taifa hayawezekani bila afya.
Kwa ajili ya siha yako, tukutane kwa mijadala kuhusu afya bora.
Kama jamii tuna mengi ya kujivunia katika kila nyanja. Maishani kuna mitindo, desturi na hali tofauti za kufaana na kufanana.
Mwisho wa wiki ni mikiki. Iwe viwanjani au majukwani, burudani halikosekani. Na unapofurahia mikiki, upo udaku sasa. Ilishaeleweka na bado kitaendelea kueleweka.
Everyone has a desire. Some desire and talk.
My name is Morebi Bob. I'm a press technician.
I wanted to be a driver like him.
From Zara iko mzuri, nakula vizuri, naishi vizuri.
But some desire and make it a reality. Desiring is good, but getting the job done is better.
Sooner or later, utaona tu vijana wakikuja kuomba job.
Kuna miaka kama 6 sijalinda na nafanya kazi.
The mortuary has exposed me to the world.
My Job on NTV.
This is going to be a long conversation.
The hard thing to understand is why, if the number of deaths is disputed, then the extent of the situation might also actually be disputed. These are not stories that are being told by somebody who's not been on the ground.
I have never known of any single time the Kenyan media and the international media came together to tell a lie.
Hatuna kwanza maji na inasemekana ni handshake.
Kwa hiyo serikali ikisema hakuna mambo ya jaa, hiyo hatuelewi sana.
Wacha watu wa media waendelee kumweka deputy president katika headlines.
Is it a surprise? This is the opinion from some Kenyans.
Where there is slants and there is bias, the public will see it.
Is it media taking a position against the DP?
These are questions which the media must wrap its mind around and set agenda for this country.
Yani, unataka tuendelee kuishi kwa hiyo kibanda ulikuwa unaishi ukiwa bado bachelor?
Sitaki tunawachana, nataka tu tunafanya kitu tukiwa wawili.
Unajua hizo mistari za old syllabus tuliacha form 1.
Kwa sababu wewe ni senior Matianyo unakatiwa na nini power so?
I'm officially engaged to the Prince Crotus Sabong.
Kwani Crotus ni nani?
Crotus ndio mdosi wake.
Kumbe unataka kupendwa serikali eh? Kukusaidia naweza kusaidia. Lakini kama unafikiria unalala pale kwangu, hiyo sahau. Wewe kulala pale ni kama Trump kucheza Saudi dance.
Sawa, nitarudi with a bang.
Hiyo usingizi yako ndio tulipia rent. Kwani umekuwa mtoto?
So Leones ndo anaenda kuhunt.
My name is Janet. It's either utawezana na mimi ama urudi pale umetoka. She's the best housemate around.
Hatukusema tunahitaji mashini ya kusiaga unga and sweatshop.
I'm the only one who can start your madness. Ukweli. You are not the best man.
When you meet a Luo carrying his briefcase, don't ask him whether he's going to work. Luos don't go to work. We attend to professional commitment.
Gangster main rule. Avoid eye contact with your fans. Mutazoeana.
Mtu ako na homa lakini kusiniza na sneeze unashindwa hii ni homa ama ni nini? Unasikia
December babes, haki si mnatusumbua. Hati yo sinjui calm down is my birthday. Sinjui all people were born the same but legends were born customs in his full Kakamega County Youth Service uniform.
A family in Kakamega was stripped of their dignity. Stick around to find out why. These guys were too drunk to literally stand trial. Ukweli, pombe, sio supu. As we say this story on a Friday. Do I still need to introduce you guys?
Yes.
Sana, just in case.
Starting from this side, please. You know.
All right.
So much affection.
So I hear the Cute Boy Association of Kenya has been disbanded.
No,
so this is the former CEO, co-founder, only member, and founder.
The association is still strong and intact. We are doing internal consultations.
so that we relaunch.
They've been swindling funds. I'm not to cut out your government all these years.
And Waiwa is our international relation manager.
So we have Eddie Butita, we have the beautiful Cindy Ogana looking absolutely pretty in pink, and we have YY. Why do you look like you're about to join the Museveni government?
Cute boy IR, international relations.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right.
And he's doing so well.
But
Steve Boy is doing
very well. But we've banned Ugandans. We'll be communicating the reason why.
You know, it's fine. It's fine. So this is what has been happening during the week. So of all the that was not going to go well. Gather thyself. Of all the Wamlambe's challenges Kenyans have done, here's one that is the most hard to, guys, tusaidiane hapa tafadhali, thank you, to place. Okay. So ametoa wapi maploti mpaka kwa matanga. I mean, okay, so this is what happened in case you didn't see the clip.
Wow.
Kwanza,
you know what amuses me the most about this song is how anywhere in Kenya right now,
so danceable.
If you shout Wamlambes, you'll just hear guys saying Wamnyonyes.
It's risky kuimba kwa matanga.
Kwa nini?
Mtu anaweza jibu.
You're like this one last time. This one last time.
But Anita, it's not Wamlambes. It's Wamlambes.
I know Wamlambes.
Wamlambes.
Okay, ultimately the question here
what is
did you or did you not think it was inappropriate?
Okay.
And today I'll keep doing this until everyone sees my nails, but anyway.
Unajua, okay, ni matini tu, okay, ni makosa kwa matanga, but pia ma DJ waka watu kwa majaribu. Sababu tu DJ ndio aliguza alafu akaitoa. Unajua kuguza au itoa.
When you have a DJ at a funeral, what are you expecting?
I hear was a young guy, he was a party guy, and they were just trying to reflect his nature. And I'm also the kind of person, when my time comes, I wouldn't want my funeral to be, you know, all sad and good. Definitely not playing Wamlambes. But I'd like people to dance and just celebrate my life.
Reggae.
So I don't see what's wrong.
Nobody can stop matanga.
Lion Zion along the grave. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. Who has a problem with it? As Kenyans. The people, the family that is...
Wanyawazishi, hawana shida. Ni wasawaocha wajui ni nini.
No,
wanajua walikuwa wanasema Wamlambes wa mnyonye si gospel mpya tetli sana.
But DJ akona ngoma aje na ushago?
Sasa si DJ wamekuja naye.
I've realized sisi wenye tuko nje ndo tuko na shida by the way.
It's a group of I think 5 or 6. Yeah. Currently hata wanadua Wamlambes tu.
Unajua? Are you serious?
Yeah.
As the 5 of them? But you only hear that the guy with the voice. That's the only one. Let me tell you.
Miracle baby, you spin na maye.
Oh, Miracle baby. What's the bet next to
and then
next
whatever you
month,
do
next
can become
year?
a Wamlambes. Whatever kama ni hivi tu.
Next year, that's Miracle Baby will be part of these MCSK guys who are getting 2,500.
Walipwe nini?
He will break out and do his own thing.
I know.
Because he's the one that
and then he'll be given, is it 2530?
Walipwe 170.
170.
170 shillings.
150 na 20 ya kutoa.
Mahenithio.
They tried.
Afadhali yao.
Especially tunaondoa mengi MCSK na wamekuwa able.
Simple Boy anadaiwa.
Okay,
Simple Boy anadaiwa na MCSK.
Hiya, speaking of funerals, while we stay within this very somber mood, a Kakamega family was left in shock after county officials decided to forcibly exhume the body of a colleague to recover a service uniform. The basic reason would probably be uniform ya kanjo inaweza mkazia kuingia mbinguni, but no. Okay, wait, I've just seen what you guys have done there, but no. Listen to why they did it.
Saturday night as per the Luya customs in his full Kakamega County Youth Service uniform. But the family was shocked when administrators from the county showed up at the homestead and without a court order, they exhumed the body of Shikuku to retrieve the uniform despite opposition from his family.
But why? But why?
Had to be the guy with the most Luya name, Shikuku.
Plus the cuckoo involved.
You know, Butita is going shikuku.
Hakuna, no.
Aya, Eddie Shikuku Butita.
Yes.
Edward Shikuku.
Kwanza he has those wallets. You know those wallets that guys have?
Age.
Oh my God! He's called Edwin Butita Shikuku.
For real.
So he's feeling at home.
Now, so basically whoever marries you is going to be called like Cindy Shikuku.
Yes,
Anita Shikuku.
I can't please.
Please don't throw that, Anita.
This is one of those scenarios.
Anita Shiks.
This is one of those scenarios where you say, I'm going to stick to my father's name. I'm going to be called Anita Nderu till death do me part, because
it's a nice name.
Shikuku
celebration.
I mean, I love chicken, but I don't need it to Ati Shiks. Are you hearing? Yes, our director is just a fool.
Okay, on behalf of
Luyas. Anita Shiks.
On behalf of Luyas, let me address this issue. You see, kuna mila.
Sana.
Kuna mila. Wewe huwezi jua. Wewe unaweza kuzika mtu pia uniform na kanjo tena. Ni makosa. Unajua, hapana shida na kwa mnaanza kuklampiwa kwa ndoto. Unapata tu unajua, you know in Western.
Na mtu anafahamu klampiwa.
Okay, there is a belief in Western that mnaweza zika mtu kama labda amefunga suti tight, anze kuwasumbua mumfungue. Ati na mnyonga. So unaona, mnaweza zika mtu na uniform ya kanjo, hamtakuwa na amani. Jana nilienda kutupa takataka usiku saa 5. Nikapata marehemu ameningocha hapo na fine.
Na vile kila mtu kuna story yake ya marehemu. Ndio nimeenda pale, marehemu alikuwa ananiongelesha, alikuwa anacheka. Nimemuona kicheka na anatoa jasho.
Wale walio anakuanga na story hizo. Story hazina maana.
Nimekaa hivi naona yellow.
Story zangu zinakuanga tu za marehemu na.
Unaona Friday marehemu alikuwa amekasirika sana.
Amekasirika. Usiona watu wakitoka hivi mpio, walikuwa nausa pale chini au maoka waliruti vitu.
Acha jiuliza kwa nini watu hawakushipa. Unashangaa kwa nini watu hawakushipa?
Hizi mpio za kuuza maoka si waliona marehemu.
Marehemu na chakula ndio inakuanga stories za walio. Hakuna stories zingine like development.
In fact Western nasikianga budget ya matanga ni kama 300,000. Funeral yote expense ni kitu 35,000. The rest ni chakula ya wageni.
Chakula.
Lakini tukua honest. Waluya pia mnasukuma sana. Ulipe watu 3,000 watoe maiti mtoe nguo ya 1200.
No.
Unajua mila.
Nguo ya
1200. Unajua
ulipe 3K.
Mila marehemu amekataa.
That was it. And probably one of the topics that have been talked about the entire week has got to be MCSK. So this is what happened. Basically, people received M-Pesa messages that they were very unhappy with, and quite frankly, I thought was total BS. Anyway, Kenyan musicians have come out guns blazing following a payout by the Music Copyright Society of Kenya Royalty that saw some of the biggest names in the industry, as in these guys have had hits back to back to back, which have played the whole year, scooping 2,500 shillings na 30 bob ya kutoa. Hizo ni pesa ama ni likes? The people who got more likes than the amount of money that they received. Now here ulipata ngapi wewe? 170.
You know one thing with the music society of Kenya is that
nice one.
Okay, mimi ngoma yangu bado hata hajatosha kulipwa. But I think kuna ka 7 bob fulani kana ningoja.
Kana kungoja mali.
Sana.
Hiyo inatolewa kweli. Ya kutoa ni mingi kushinda pesa yako.
Waja kitu fani, ati wasa wanalipwa domob na YouTube kushinda
MCSK.
Yes. Lakini sijui shida ni hiyo kumonitor muziki ama nini, because they say they have a machine yenye inajua wimbo wako imechezwaje kwa radio.
So they're trying to say that almost 3/4 of the artists, their songs have been played an equal amount.
That is what they're saying.
That's basically what they're trying to say, which is total nonsense.
The thing is, artists who have not released hits in 5-6 years also got the same amount of royalties as artists who right now I know they are called sailors, hit after hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a computer glitch where they just said copy paste, then they went straight to the database. They talk about mismanagement, where they just wanted to give a certain amount of money so that allegations that, you know, the board also wanted to retain a certain amount of cash. There's also talk of maybe it is better if MCSK was restructured in a way that artists had direct control of their money and it's not given to a board, because it's very unfair. If you own even a salon, a taxi, and you play music from the radio, you have to pay them a certain amount of money. Cyber cafes, and for you to do, you know, to invest in music, the outfits, the videos, the tours,
The studio time.
The studio time and get 2,500. Then they write there at plus withdrawal free. Like you should be appreciated. I think it's a slap in the face. I'll be very interested to see how, you know, Anto and the guys discuss at 10 p.m. But a lot of artists are very disgruntled, and it's very unfair. It's a slap on the face.
And it's not the first time.
Right.
This is something that has been happening over and over and over and over again, and it's reached a point where now the question remains, what are we supposed to do in order to stop creating a situation which is so toxic? Because like Calligraph said, you know what, stop collecting my royalties. In fact, I am not charging anyone to play my music. I would rather they play my music and I perform
Let it be
and
pirated.
I make my money anywhere else. Let it be pirated, because this is actual theft.
Let me ask you a question. For example, like, you know, these business places and clubs, they do pay.
They pay.
This thing, this organization is a scam from the word go, because how do you prove that Calligraph was played thrice at a specific club?
Right.
How do you prove?
We
are paying you, you're going to give a Calligraph. How are you going to prove that I played King Kaka twice, I played...
I think it's a blanket fee, but I see what you mean. Like, how does that...
Yeah, they can monitor for radio, radio airplay. But the rest is the amount that has not been accounted for ever since. I think they don't have a structure kabisa na it's mismanagement. It's guesswork.
Inafika point Butisha atakuwa anaingia kwa klabu akisia ngoma yake ana record.
Anatuma mimi najichukulia
I've been played.
Nimesikia mmenicheza nitumieni. Sasa unaona kama clubs zinalipa, kinyozi zinalipa, even cabs. They do pay. So everywhere you play music,
But this is what I want to understand. So the cab pays, okay, so the cab plays the music that's playing on a radio station, and then the cab also pays whatever is playing on the radio station, but the radio station has also paid. And
royalties.
somehow it still all comes to 25, 30.
25.
Because I think the only people that should be paid peanuts ni wanamuziki wa reggae.
Why?
Wachane na
Wow. Why no? Why?
If you look at other countries, there are some countries that musicians are rich because of royalties. Where you have one hit song and it changes.
Yes, there's artists who to this day have released one song and they retired.
Because it's expensive. I've done a music video last month. I can tell you.
Oh Lord,
it's very expensive.
It's expensive. Finding a way.
Do you know but it's a very expensive. But you spend around, was it 15,000?
Likes 15,000 likes.
No, 15,000 hata hiyo ilikuwa ni pesa ya maji tu hapo hiyo siku. Because studio quality audio is not less than 50,000. Quality. It's even more. It depends with the producer. Video, quality video, not less than 200,000. Not less than 200,000. Yeah, that's the minimum you can do to get a song that can be played
and
anywhere.
Then go and beg radio stations to play your music.
Okay, skuma marketing. Marketing. That's why sometimes wakaivita juliza wasee waimbi. Nyashinski yaimbi kumbe alimaliza do America. Unajua ina depend, unacheki. Ni expect.
So but did Nyashinski say how much he received?
Probably the same 25-30.
Nyasha hata sidhani kani member hapo. So this is to the government. If we have any relevant bodies that can help artists, wachana na MCSK, wachana na bodies or ministry, help these people.
I think artists also should, yes, they took to social media to air their frustrations, but they should come together as a united front and lobby for change. If everybody goes like, nimejam, but they do it in the all private corners, then they're going to do this again next year, and more money is going to be embezzled. They should come together, even take them to court.
But you see, like MCSK, they've been changing MCSK every now and then.
Yeah, the management changes.
Bringing a new team, but the results are still the same. So where is the problem?
Meanwhile, MCSK aside, there's other people having very major issues with their managers. Fresh twists continue to emerge following the interview where young acrobat Wendy Waeni, this mama has trended on Twitter from Monday to Monday, exposed her former manager Joe Mwangi in response to the allegations leveled against him. Mwangi went on TV with counter-accusations against the teenager, and they were very damning. And the situation just turned from ugly to complicated. So everyone had something to say about what took place on Twitter, on Chipukizi's show, and on the Citizen interview with Jeff Koinange. Please, the floor is yours, Butita.
Nitaongea
It's a tough
mwisho.
one.
Yes,
it's a really, really tough one.
Unajua Mutita, it's okay.
No,
It's all right.
Niliona
It's tough because you're dealing with a minor.
First, mimi nimekuwa naenda through nini, hata niliona wewe ameka thread fulani about that story. That's why nimesema acha niongee, acha hata nimsikie.
Tell us about your thread, right?
All right. There are three versions of this story. First of all, is a story that was story by Wendy, the very first story, that she has never received a penny.
Right.
Yeah.
The next day, we used to receive little amounts each and every time. Okay. First of all, even before I continue, there is a change of statement. There is a motive already. It means this story has something deeper than what meets the eye. Okay. Joe on the other side. Joe on the other side has a story. Okay, but he didn't get an opportunity to speak because everyone was on his neck based on what we have heard. You know, Kenyans tunapenda monopoly. We don't like whatever comes second. Whatever we've had ya kwanza, that's what we run with. That is why hata our communication networks mwenye anaingia kwa nini wa kwanza ata reign forever. Now this is it. This is it. If that is what he actually did, an action is supposed to be taken.
Yeah.
That is on a very serious note.
Right.
But there's something that Joe said, that she has been with this lady Juzi on Sunday, mpaka Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes. And then the next day anaona hii story imetoka. It means if that is true, it might not be true, but if that is true, then it means there was something that happened that night. It's either kulikuwa na so many things from other sources, wakamwambia do this. And I think there's a motive. And believe me, and you can take this to the bank. There is one more bullet. There is one more bullet that might come. Something more might come.
What do you think of the screenshots that he uploaded?
Yes, that one.
First of all, for
this
me,
is a unide mtoto mdogo. I think that hapo alienda baya.
Exposing a young vulnerable girl who's a teenager, her hormones are all over the place. It's an invasion of privacy. I don't think it was mature of him to do that to a young girl, somebody he allegedly loved and took care of as his own. Through their management relationship. I think that was really low.
Then again, you can't prove if the screenshots are legit or not for both ends. Anything that have been said about Wendy,
the story
about Joe.
it's murky.
Both screenshots.
It's so murky.
Because even the screenshots that were trying to damage Joe, nilichukua zingine nikaunganisha.
From
the same phone, but in 3 minutes the battery has moved from 29% to 50%.
But we've also had cases of
people. They are fast charging.
We've also had cases.
We've also had cases.
We've also had cases of unapata Joe alitukana na mtu online. Kuna time account ya Wendy ilikuwa ina trade insults na watu. Jalango pia Wendy anambia Jalango wewe ni mkora. Siku moja Twitter pia unaona kitukana wakina Philippe Tale. So vitu kaa hizo mbona ziongelewi ile kuprove tuseme kama Joe ni mzuri ama ni mbaya. According to me naona both sides kunaweza kuwa na issue. Pande ya Joe anaweza kwa pia alikuwa na ana mishandle talent na pande pia wazazi kuna information labda watupati unaona maybe mama na Joe alikosana now the kid is being
fine,
found
but ultimately some of the stories that came out with she was in countries and he didn't know about it. I'll agree with Chipo on one thing. When you're somebody's manager and you have no idea where your talent is then and you're unable to completely control your talent and then to the point where your talent is bullying their mother, there's just something wrong somewhere that needs to be addressed.
But you see,
but in any situation there's one side of the story, the other side of the story, and then the truth. Very rarely will we get to see what that middle ground is.
But I feel sad for the kid. She's in the middle of something she does not understand.
She's vulnerable. At the end of the day, we just
need to
remember she's a child.
Hata hajafika 18. Akona talent. Stories iko left, right and center. Media ndio hiyo.
This is how I'd conclude. That for such things not to happen, the government should first start by sorting MCSK.
Meanwhile, yesterday, this bizarre incident took place outside the Kibera Law Courts, right? So these 6 suspects were too drunk to stand trial. Note, they were to be tried over illicit brews, and then they arrived as evidence. I mean, sincerely, as in they showed up blacked out, you guys. kabisa blacked out.
I don't understand why guys who are drunk are taken to court, to be honest. I just feel it's not the right place. Somebody is drunk, you throw them in jail. I don't get it.
Bars.
That was such a high court.
Yeah. You know?
But you know, wow, atikonki liquidi. As in, you know what's so fantastic? What's so amusing is you're being tried for illicit brews.
Right, and
then you arrive and you're like, this is exactly how it makes me feel. In case you're wondering what the effects are, this is how it makes me feel.
They should be taken to rehab. Don't take them to court and then...
Kesi ya pombe lazima muifanye hivyo haraka. Unajua kufanya na mtu ako sober ati alikuwa amelewa.
Imagine.
But I think there's this thing people say that when you're drunk, you become very honest and you say the truth.
Or maybe that's what they were hoping for.
They always say,
right.
Whatever you're going to say is the truth and nothing but the truth.
At least we know that they were like, you know what, you guys, even though tumelewa, we still have to show up in court. They figured there, they were like, anyway, this ground is nice and warm. Let's first rest kidogo while we wait for our court.
So you know there's always that energy you get before you pass out.
The last kicks of a dying horse.
The last kicks, you're like, yeah!
Alafu wezi kualijileta because changa kwanza ili kitukaa changa.
Tell us, experts.
Changa yezi
from your lawyer point of view,
changa yezi kupatia time ya kulewa. Unajua ati mtu kunywa ati anaenda kilewa. Changa ni uko soba. Why usema ngati percentage yani inakuwa
why you think like you're being back into the story.
Whiskey is 40%
alcohol.
Changa is
100
is the alcohol. Let me give you a story about ya Butita. Butita uchukua advantage sana mtu akilewa kwa deni yake. There's a guy Butita alikuwa na deni yake. Huyo jamaa kalewa the next hiyo usiku. The next jamaa akamkujia pesa Butita akamwambia, "Bana nilikupia kama umelewa." Ili kweli mtu amelewa. Mtu kama amelewa, take your advantage. Kwa hapa landlord. Mkubwa jana zilikuwa zimeshika na kupatia miezi 2 na hata huoni. Mkubwa. Lakini ulifika nayo.
Very nice. I need to find out who my landlord is. I need to try that.
Hapo ulifika na 50 na hiyo ndio nilipea. Hapo ulifika na 50.
That's a really good idea.
All right, cool. Meanwhile, speaking of the club, lakini hii sio ile ya nini, what is it called? Hii sio ya changa. So there was a picture that did rounds of a particular DJ's birthday party, and they were all in the club and everybody was, you know, having the time of their life and whatnot, and then a picture surfaced. You know how these days there's this new culture of mwagaing shots in someone's mouth.
Yeah.
So while this particular DJ was mwagaing shots in somebody's mouth, his name is DJ Mo Spice, he's a reggae DJ, a picture surfaced of him where you could see a gun had been tucked into his pants. First of all, kudos to you. I don't know how you men do that. I cannot risk putting something that can blow my genitals off anywhere near my body.
A gun next to a bullet.
Yes.
Bunduki mbili zinaelewana.
Yes, but anyway, so he has since been arrested for displaying the weapon. So what's your take on that? The second I saw that, the only thing I was thinking was, what if you forgot to, I don't know, maybe it was not on safety, and then what, I just, no.
Funny how dangerous are reggae gigs. Yeah, you have to go armed.
You know what happens?
Tell us. No, Cindy, you tell us.
No, I don't go reggae.
You know, they always say, tonight we are coming to kill the party.
Tunakamkuwa mada. Sasa hii unajua kwa maanisha hiyo.
Most Spice killed it.
But unajua I think
this is so corny.
I think reason ileta shida ni pengine hizo rules za bunduki. Juu tukienda interview ya bunduki, when you want to be a gun owner, kuna tunaambiwanga
tumkienda.
Tulikuwa na wewe by the way.
These are middle class problems.
Sushika hapa nyuma.
Can we learn how to invest?
Are you hearing?
You're busy going to the fire range.
You go for a reggae concert and then the guns are for shooting guys who ask for bongo.
Ni interview, ngwanda kudu job huko.
Nataka bongo.
Butita alianguka pale alisema your bank account has to have 8 million.
Niliambia tunafaa kuwa na.
What do you want to protect?
Nafaa kuwa na safe 8 million. Nafaa kuwa mdosi.
Yeah, you can't be broken, you're not gun.
Unachunga nini?
You're a thief.
Kwambia okay, unachunga nini? Tie ni wezi wa simu. Hauna mawe karibu. Unaona? But kuna two possibility inaweza kuwa.
For rich people, when we're talking about rich hundreds of millions, your house or walls are white.
That's why I got it.
Mawe zimetokeleza hapo.
That's why I was given.
Ndio ukisota usifikirie kufanya kitu mbaya nayo. But kuna two possibility, anaweza kuwa hiyo kitu vile alinua hivi Pengine ni bahati mbaya, ava inaweza kuwa juu brother yake ndiye alipostiwa.
Because hapo ndio inafaa iwekwe.
Inaweza kuwa nini?
No, I thought it was by mistake, and then, but I mean, whoever posted it, considering you're saying it was the brother, then crop the picture where it doesn't show it, because I mean, it looked like it's. But really,
since leo picha Anita, sitawaipeleka simu kuchajiwa na DJ. Akiko na cable.
Uko na charger hapo ndogo.
Ni sawa. Nani yako wapi? Aliendea charger hata tujamuona hivi.
Speaking of guys who ask for bongo during reggae concerts because they can otherwise play them on YouTube. So now, a law that's very close to being passed in Kenya is Netflix and YouTube are going to be taxed.
Hiyo why hatakuwa affected kwa natumianga trial.
I don't understand why we're talking about this off air. If this is about the budget deficit, there's other ways of making money, like, I don't know, not increasing MPs allowances, I don't know,
corruption, probably.
Maybe now they will
But if there's a deficit because money has been stolen, don't go looking at it, small tiny places to eat chickens when they come into Nairobi, they're taxed
25 shillings.
Some nonsense.
But me, they will never make money from me.
Well,
ile trial ya free ndo nachapanga.
I have
2,300 email addresses.
For the past 3 years.
And then unafungua account, unapewa ATM. Unafungua account, unapewa ATM, hiyo ndo unatumianga.
Kwa hivyo hizo account zako mimi hutumia ni za trial.
Zote.
Kwani Nairobi yote tunatumia trial?
Then if you have a reminder to tell you that your account is about to expire, you close it, you open another one.
Mimi nadhani when it comes to taxing vitu zingine, the issue of taxing, kulipa ushuru by then ni responsibility ya watu.
Ilikuwa kujitegemea.
Shida tu ni hii tax itakuwa inatumikaje.
This is my thing. It makes no difference if we go out of our way every single month to gather all this tax, and then majority of it is stolen and taken to where, and then now we keep finding little itty bitty things to to tax, and it just makes absolutely no sense to me.
Like
but
a
anyway,
suggestion that I'll have hizo vitu za online, hizo YouTube nini.
Hiyo tax holiday.
Hiyo tax kama gava inaweza kuwa tunatumia hiyo do basi kubeta hiyo creative industry hapo kwa YouTube.
And there's something
why?
There's something I've always said. Faster. There's something I've always said. Hakuna siku news inakujanga tia.
Why?
Something nice has come for the people. The government has decided from today wa Kenya hivi.
Ni TTT weka huko. Now, the show is a wrap. Thank you so much for watching.
Ningefikiria huu uchafu wanatupa hapa wangeliacha. Kama haya ndo ambayo yanatoka kule yanakuja paka kwa humu tu Sabaki.
People upstream of this river don't care. We are polluting the river.
Unless the pollution is stopped, we'll just dumping poison.
Mimi nikipeleka hii sukuma huko kwa soko, siwezi kusema inatoka Athi River. Mimi nasema inatoka huko Ukambani.
Mali ya umma ni serikali itafanya. And so you dump plastic, you dump materials into the river, and they're going to kill your brother downstream.
Are you telling me it's now that there's cancer everywhere, big guys are dying of cancer, that we are realizing there's a problem? We have been incubating a problem.
Jonah is terminal. It's his dying wish to see his father on top again.
There's an operation that can save Jonah, and I need the money.
Let's call it a new beginning. A race, to be exact.
It was his idea, the whole thing. He's got a real creative mind.
Who will I be racing against?
Know who? It's called geocaching, Reese. It's real good fun.
You are lost.
Hey! He's getting worse.
I know. Sometimes you just have to be still.
What's he doing now? He's praying, Zach. He's praying.
When he's thirsty, there's a well there. Kisha tusonge mbele, kisha tusonge mbele. Kisha tusonge mbele, kisha tusonge mbele. Tusonge mbele.
Tusonge mbele na Fiber Mobile. Get a Fiber SIM card today and enjoy Tusonge mbele bundles at affordable prices.